Hey, what's up? What's going on? It's me, Elay, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy though. Happy New Year. And here we go. I wrote some notes down, about 9 pages of notes, to get started with the Lisa Frank, A Colorful Inspiration. Lisa Frank was born in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, on April 21st, 1955. So Bloomfield Hills, Michigan is in the Detroit, Michigan area. This information that I'm reading right now is brought to you by none other than Wikipedia. And continuing on with more notes from Wikipedia, it says her father was an art collector and introduced Lisa, his daughter, to an artist who classified as a pop artist. Pop artist as in the form of the style of art, not music. The name of the pop artist Lisa's father introduced her to is named Peter Max, capital P, lowercase e-t-e-r, space, Max, capital M as in moon, A-X. So Peter Max, he's got 2 names. Peter Max is a German-American artist known for using bright colors in his artwork. He is known for psychedelic art and pop art in the 1960s. That's really cool. So her father was an art collector and introduced Lisa to an artist classified as a pop artist, not the music artist, but a pop artist, and his name is Peter Max, a German-American artist known for using bright colors in his work. He is known for psychedelic art and pop art in the 1960s. I really think that's cool, that it's obvious that her father was the influence in Lisa, at least pushing forth in motion her creativity. Her mother, I haven't found any notes yet about her mentionings of her mom. Honestly, through my research, I collected 9 pages of notes, and they only mentioned 2 men in her life, her father and her ex-husband. It is said through several articles I looked up online outside of Wikipedia that Lisa Frank, likes to keep a very private life. And it's obvious because here it is 2020 going in 2021, and I only saw 2 pictures of her. There's like a total of 4 to 6 pictures of her through the search engines that I kind of scratched the surface on, but each picture is the same. One dated from like 1998, to which I will include in one of these videos of her, and one that's more modern, but it's pretty old now. I think it was like 2000, early 2000s. So she is still able to keep a low profile, but I do want to make more videos about her. Speed up the camera. Lisa graduated from Cranbrook Kingswood School. It's a preparatory school located in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. And then according to famousbirthdays.com, that's www.famousbirthdays.com, Lisa Frank founded Lisa Frank Incorporated in 1979, in the year 1979, when she was 24 years old. I thought that was interesting, but prior to the founding of that name, Lisa Frank Incorporated, Lisa moved from Detroit, Michigan to Tucson, Arizona in the 1970s to study art at the University of Arizona. Now, according to my understanding, from the information provided via Wikipedia, Lisa founded a children's jewelry company called Sticky Fingers, thusly bringing us back to the year 1979 when Lisa Frank decides to change the name of her business from Sticky Fingers to Lisa Frank Incorporated. She was 24 years of age. I'm kind of jumping ahead a little bit, but I read some notes towards the end that Sticky Fingers was actually originated from her selling pottery and jewelry pieces from, I think, don't quote me, I think like from Indians, like from them buying their pieces from like the sales that they will have on their land, and her, I'm guessing, putting her own little twinge on it and little flair on their stuff and selling it as her own. And from my recollection, she started, generating customers and stuff based on the things that she would get from the Indians. And so she eventually hired the Indians to start making jewelry on her behalf and her selling it, and also, I believe, of course, paying them. And then it got to the point where people were requesting more customization things from Lisa from getting her supplies from the Indians, that she started asking the Indians to make patterns based off her personal design. So basically, instead of the Indians making their usual, flower print patterns or, eagle patterns or whatever type of patterns that represented them and their style, those things were stopped when they made their custom jewelry, and they adopted for that time the style of jewelry, craft working, and pottery working that Lisa Frank wanted to bring to the table to sell to more represent in the direction she was going. And then that went on for some time, and then she just completely, stopped using them altogether, and she went into the direction of, just really launching forward into her Sticky Fingers jewelry company, full-fledged, and then branching from making the transition to that to what we call today, and what is she's best known for as what they say a household name is Lisa Frank. I'm going to look through my notes and see if I actually copied down more details about that whole Indian jewelry making thing, because I really thought that was interesting, because I wasn't even looking for that. I was actually towards the end of my notes wrapping up, how much she inspired me. So for that to pop in my feed, I was like, oh my gosh, there's more stuff. I'm digging up more stuff about her, but I'm excited because that means I have more videos to make about her. I already have 9 pages. I started putting this together yesterday, 12/23/2020, and here it is 12/24/2020, and I woke up early morning and finish the rest of my notes. You guys, this is so exciting. I want to learn more about her, but this is just the introduction. I wanted to just let you know, once again, Lisa Frank, a colorful inspiration, was born in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan, April 21st, 1955, Detroit, Michigan. Her father was an art collector and introduced Lisa, his daughter, to an artist who classified as a pop artist. Pop artist as in the form of the style of art, not music. The name of the pop artist Lisa's father introduced her to her is named Peter Max. Peter Max is a German-American artist known for using bright colors in his work. He is known for psychedelic art and pop art in the 1960s. So psychedelic was a strong focal point in pop art in general. So once again, Lisa graduated from Cranbrook Kingswood School. It's a preparatory school located in Bloomfield Hills, Michigan. According to famousbirthdays.com, Lisa Frank founded Lisa Frank Incorporated in 1979. In the year 1979, when she was 24 years old. That's very awesome. I know when I was 23, 24, I too was making big moves in my life. So it's just nice to see that. To me, we kind of mirrored according to my standards. And on top of that, I think it's interesting because she was born in the state of Michigan, and so was I. Prior to the founding of that name, Lisa Frank Incorporated, Lisa moved from Detroit, Michigan to Tucson, Arizona in the 1970s to study art at the University of Arizona. According to my understanding from the information provided via Wikipedia, Lisa founded a children's jewelry company called Sticky Fingers, thusly bringing us back to the year 1979, when Lisa Frank decides to change the name of her business from Sticky Fingers to Lisa Frank Incorporated. She is 24 years of age. According to famousbirthdays.com, that's famousbirthdays.com, It says that Lisa Frank is a businesswoman and CEO best known for her line of animal-themed school supplies geared towards young girls, which is true. By the 1990s, Lisa Frank was a household name for many young girls, which is also true because Lisa Frank really started blowing up during that age I was in. So I think I really started getting into Lisa Frank in late 94, early 95. Just like the timeline says, I think I had a soft introduction to her in late 93, early 94. So that meant I was in 4th grade, about to transition from summer vacation to go into 5th grade. So that's true. So not only is she from Michigan, born and raised there, at the age of 20, she's from Michigan, born and raised there like myself. At the age of 24, she just did something monumental in her life that was good. And so did I at the same age. That's when I bought my first house. That was like monumental. And then on top of that, she became a household name around the time I was, transitioning from elementary to middle school. So it was like I really was sharing like a connection with her on all levels, especially with the fact that she was drawn to Peter Max, a psychedelic art and pop arts, person. Psychedelic is awesome, and so is pop arts. And at the time, I didn't know that was the style of drawing I was doing, or like when I made paper collages, I didn't know that was this type of style I was, producing and or gravitating to the most, and still do. But now that I have a special classification for what it's called, I know now psychedelic art and pop art. When I make my collages, they look more pop artsy than anything. When I draw freehand and stuff like that, when I'm making like a collage of pictures freehand drawn on paper, not using like clips from magazines, it's more psychedelic as far as bright colors and how everything kind of bleeds together. Let's see here. This is 12 minutes 36. I can read one more paragraph and then I'll just make another video. Which brings me to the timeline of the current point in which I think I was first introduced to Lisa Frank fan craze. I was in 5th grade, like I said, but I believe when I got into it, that's when I got into it. So that had to be 95, 96. But as I think back, like I said previously, I think it was late 93, early 94-ish when I had a soft introduction to her. And my sister, my older sister, introduced me to this artwork presented in the form of stationery. My older sister took me to a stationery store called Paper Moon, located in Saginaw, Michigan, in the Green Acres Plaza. I think how it started is that she showed me some pencils she had. They were designed by Lisa Frank, and I liked them instantly. I know my older sister was older than me, but I don't think she was old enough to drive yet. I think one weekend my mom took us to the store, Paper Moon. I know it was my first time going in there. I tried to do a little research on Paper Moon store to see and confirm if that was the exact location and name of the store. But I came up short based on the amount of time I chose to give to look into that. So from my understanding, I believe the store was called Paper Moon, located in Saginaw, Michigan, into the plaza, which is still standing but changing, called Green Acres Plaza. Okay, now back to Lisa Frank. My reaction to Lisa Frank's style of artistic design expression deepened and opened my creative eye, and it never closed back. I wanted to express myself clearly and colorfully. She showed me that artwork could be actually completed, like completely expressed and finished out, and not only in canvas, and finished out and turned into not only into a canvas form and hung up on the wall or somewhere in my room, but that work could be turned into pencils, paper like stationery, erasers, and funny stuff. I had no idea the power of colorful stationery, how powerful stationery could impact my inner and core views as to how I could reach people in my life. I used to envision starting some kind of letter writing program where I would just write to people in need just to say hi and to encourage others, to let them know that they were loved, thought of, and writing and making a letter allowed the receiver to have my thoughtful words tied with colorful imagery. My thoughts and letters would stand out. So that's where I'll stop right there, because it's amazing how one artist empowers and sparks the next. It just passes down, because this is like, and that's crazy, it's like a family timeline. So what I'm saying is, like, in 1955, Lisa Frank was born. But just think, before her father was an art collector. So way before that, they didn't say her right off bat when her dad was born. But let's just say 1930s. So way back then, her dad was an artsy fartsy in the 1930s. And then in 1955, his child was born. And she had an art gene. And she got her inspiration not only from her father, but Peter Max, a German-American artist known for using bright colors in his work. And he is known for psychedelic art and pop in the 1960s. All those three people, and thanks to my sister who is artsy fartsy, and I wish she would be back more into artsy fartsy with her work, she introduced me to Lisa Frank. In her room, she had pencils on her table. She introduced me to Lisa Frank, to my knowledge, and that's when, the art gene was passed. Well, it was never passed on to me. It was just like the key was unlocked, granting me permission to just follow that road of artsy fartsiness. It felt like I joined a secret club, an invisible secret club. You know how when you have cousins and stuff, and it's like, this is our secret club and nobody can join but us because we're cool, and grown-ups are stupid. They don't know how fun it is to be a kid anymore. So this is our secret club and we're just gonna eat nachos. That's what I felt like I was a part of. So it's crazy. So let's just say from 1930s all the way up to 2020, 1930s all the way up to 93. How everything is tied together. Everything is interwoven, like how her art is. It's just a bunch of colors, but it flows together so well. Everything is so random about her artwork, but when you step back and look at it, it all makes sense. So this is my first part of Lisa Frank, a colorful inspiration. I'm so thankful to finally be getting to this topic. And as you can see, it's going to spill right over into the next year. So I'm happy because now I have I have a schedule for next year, January, so I don't have to think too hard about what to put up here on YouTube. I can stretch this out for about 2 weeks. Thank you, Jesus. This is me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Happy Christmas. Happy New Year. It is all going to be okay.